I guess you hit on some of those key points that make it attractive. One, they solve some key problems. The remittance industry is absolutely huge, billions and billions of dollars all across the world of people trying to send money to their families. And I think another thing that made it very interesting is the fact that it's the volatility in it is people are interested in quick money, I think, and and that's been very attractive to them. It's like, oh, I can make this much money doing this, or this much money doing that. So it's a lot of people have been chasing the tide, and I guess for individual players in the market, for them it's how do they understand, what's safe to put their money in, what's not safe to put their money in, because there's so many of these get rich quick people out there saying, I made money, look at me, look at my lifestyle, and look at that. And people are like getting sucked into it. Like I had a friend of mine who's, rather sophisticated individual. He's like, someone told me that I trusted that, you can make X amount returns on a monthly basis. And I'm like, I don't know, you gotta really be careful on that. And he's like, they told me to open an account with this brokerage. And then what I have to do is send my money to this PSP provider or exchanger. They'll give me Bitcoin. And then I send the Bitcoin to this address. And I'm just like, well, if they're a brokerage, they should be able to accept wires. I'm like, show me your trading statement. He's like, well, I don't get trading statements. I just get access to a back-end platform where it shows me how much my account is growing or how much I make each day. And I'm like, so all they're doing is just posting numbers to your account, making you think it's growing. So you're going to send more money. And then when the time comes to withdraw, you're screwed. I'm like, these are just pictures of people in like places all over the world. And I'm like, he's like, at least I learned a lesson. I'm like, you learned a lesson, but you won't pay for yourself to go on a vacation for $2,000 or $3,000. You won't go on a vacation, but you'll take a $10,000 lesson.
But I think also, Mike, there's still tons of stuff like that out there. But if you compare now to 10 years ago, it's getting, I don't know if it's regulation, if what it is, but things are getting a bit better. And I think, Jonathan, from what you said before, I definitely agree that you need to find some kind of middle way, but that you don't allow anyone with $10,000 to get a platform license and scam people or set up a nice website and so on. That's definitely a good thing, I think.
Agree.